everyone, I am here. I'm running a little bit late, but I am going. How is everyone? I've had a great afternoon, and today we're just going to run straight into it, and we will grab my tablet actually just to see if I am running up and live yet. Just bear with me all. I don't think I've got any viewers yet, so I've got time to quickly check. I'll just turn the volume down and mute that. And today we're just going to... Here we are. Perfect. All right. Now I'll be able to see everyone's comments as they come through. Okay. Look at this beautiful suite. This suite is called... It is called Waves of the Ocean, and it is a suite that includes paper, dies, stamp set, and also your bling, and it's available now to purchase, and you will find this on our demonstrator website. I'm just going to flick my screen across to the computer, and I'm going to open up my window here. So if you go into stampinup.com.au, you will see this is our webpage, and it will actually be flicking through all of the different suites and promos that we have at the moment. And this savings in Bloom is amazing. You can get 20% off your Stampin' Emboss Mini, as well as 20% off selected die cuts. Also, we have Celebration. It was extended until the 16th of March, and it will be finishing then, or 11:59 p.m. on the 15th of March is when it'll be finishing. So we've got roughly about 5-6 days left of that promotion. So if you want to get into earn free product, get in and get your orders through. The time is closing in on us when it finishes. So how do you shop with me? To shop with me, when you go onto the website, if you haven't clicked on any links that I've provided and you think, yes, I definitely want to purchase something, if you click on Find Demonstrator, and you can search by my name, which is Janelle, Duggan, Duggan, and when you click search, it'll just pop up. I'm here at Walloon, and you select me as your demonstrator. You can connect with me by my website. So if you click there, this is just taking you off into my website, and you'll be able to see about me, my projects. I do put up all of my projects through in here. So if there is a particular one that you have seen that you loved, for example, my new card that I've done this week with the Carmen Camellia, I've listed here how you can get that stamp set, as well as all of the products that I used to make this card. It makes shopping so much easier. So if you love a card, you want to make that card, you can go into my projects, select the card, and then you can add all to my cart. But if you do have some of the products, or you don't want to do embossing, which was just the sentiment here, and you may just want to stamp the sentiment, you can just untick what you don't want and then add to my cart, and then from there you can just shop easily. So if you wanted to shop by project, which is quite good, you can also host different things. You can contact me. At the moment, with COVID and all of the different things, we can sort something out. Hi Stacey, how you going? There's also your joins. So at the moment we do have a joining special. You get 2 free stamp sets when you join. So you can you purchase your bundle. It's $169, and you will get $66 worth of product extra, because you can spend $235 worth of product for $169. If you're getting confused, just message me and we can chat. So here it is here, your choice of up to $235 worth of any current Stampin' Up! Product. You get the business supply pack if you didn't want to do it as a business that's fine. You can find a demonstrator near you, or you can say, hey Nellie, do you want that? And you get 2 free stamp sets in your starter kit. If you purchase your starter kit now during our celebration event, you'll get 2 free stamp sets of your choice by clicking the claim button of any 2 while you are building your starter kit, and the value of your starter kit just went up. So yes, it's an amazing deal. And even if you didn't want to do what I did and just join up as a host, sorry, not as a host, as a demonstrator, or a hobby, I'm getting all lost with my words, a hobby demonstrator, it's just how I started. I just started for the discount because it's a no-brainer, especially when you love craft like me. But yes, let's get back to it. So now you're shopping with me, you can click on the waves of the ocean. I'm just going to use this one as an example because that's what we are using today. It gives you some beautiful samples that you can make with the card, and this is what is available in here. So you can purchase it separately, or you can purchase it as a bundle. I purchase it as a bundle because it does work out cheaper, and if you love it all, it's great. So you get the stamp set, your papers, and your foil papers, and your bling, as I like to call it. So to add to cart, you just hit add to cart, and because it's under $250, you would then put in the host code, which you'll find pinned at the top of my Facebook page and my blog, and you would put that in here. It says add host code, so you pop that in there, and that will then let me know that you have placed an order underneath the host code, and I'll be able to send you my gifts for the month, which is a thank you card and also a free tutorial, which is wonderful. And then you just hit the checkout and you follow the prompts from there. Okay, so let's have a look at this wonderful product. I'm just going to flick you back to my desk here, and we are now here we are looking at the stamp set, Waves of Inspiration. You have 4 sentiments. Our friendship is a thing of beauty. You're so totally awesome. Happy birthday, and your strength is an inspiration. Also with an image of a wave and a pelican. Just awesome. Got the stickers. And then as I haven't even opened this suite yet, so we'll have a bit of a play, and we'll make a card today after I show everything here. These are the waves dies. This is awesome. They've got 2 waves. It looks like different details, so they can overlay each other, so you can have a 3D effect. I've seen some nice 3D effect waves. I can't wait to give that one a bit of a go. I've got clouds with some birds here. That could be just the fluff of the cloud they're trying to show. Tag sentiment holders there, and also your pelican sitting on the pole. Wonderful. We have our bling, and who doesn't love bling? Absolutely love it. This is here. Can you see that? You probably could see it better with the card behind it. But it's blues and the greens. What colours are in here? Will it tell me the colours? It will probably tell me the colour on the website. Let me just have a quick sticky beak. Whoops, wrong button. I will get those colours for you, I'm sure. Here. I'm also going to show you how I store my card stock as well. Everyone does it differently, and I like to save some as a 12 by 12 and then cut some down for my cards. So the colours, the coordinating colours in the Waves of Ocean 12 by 12 Designer Series paper is Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Night of Navy, Pacific Point, and Petal Pink. This paper is strong, bold, and beautiful. Just the only 3 words that I can describe it with. Sometimes it can make you feel overwhelmed, but once you see it on the cards that are made, it's absolutely beautiful. So this is one side, and this is the other side. You have beautiful, it looks to me like sand and the water going in. And this is the other side of that paper. And I love all of these colours. These colours are the main colours in my wardrobe. So this is one side and this is the other side. Side, and then the Calypso Coral side. Isn't that pretty? It is very strong, so that's that side. Very nice. And then the blue. The blues look similar. And that's the other side to this one. Very nice. Okay. So let's, oh, we haven't seen the foils yet. I was going to start making a card. Let's have a look at the foils. The foils are beautiful. Okay, so with the foils, I will be chopping it down to my card base size, which is 14.4 by 10 centimeters. So that way it automatically becomes my card base, and then I can cut it to whatever size that I would like. Because I don't think I would use this in any of my scrapbooks. I do scrapbook, and I'm just about to start millies, so you'll see a few more videos that are just not cards. So I've got the silver. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm trying not to get the light to reflect on it as much, because it is very reflective. And then you have this beautiful blue. Now what color is that one? Here is Coastal Cabana. And then we have Night of Navy. Look at that. Beautiful. I can't wait to start cutting some paper. Alright, so let's, with the DSP, I will grab my trimmer and we will trim, and I will show you what I do with my cardstock so I can card make and scrapbook. I have these folders. These were purchased from Creative Memories many years ago. I'm pretty sure you can still purchase these. You'll have to check. Okay, so with the pages, you get 2 of each design. So I divided up one pile for my 12 by 12s and one for me to cut down to my 6 by 12s. Okay. Done. That was quick and easy. So that I will use for my cards. I'll put this one away in the top pocket for my scrapbooking, and then I will then cut it in half for my cards. And then I can go from there if you're on, jump on and say hi. Sometimes I get involved and I don't see anyone before it's too late. Hi. Millie's here saying hello to everyone. She's got her brand new dress on. Yes, we went shopping today and we got some new clothes. Yes, I see. Okay, so then I would store it in the front pocket like that. So that's for my cards and that's for my scrapbooking. So let's grab this. I'm really wanting to use this one straight away. Love it. And there was another colour that I really loved. That one's very similar. Where is he? It was the one that looked like the ocean meeting here, the land. Here we go. Whoops. Woo. What's on the other side of that one? That colour. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with this one. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you some different cards that are simple and easy to make. So my card base is going to be 14.9 by 21 centimeters, which is half of an A4 card, scored at 10.5. And I'm going to use black cardstock, which I'm just grabbing here now. And I'm also grabbing some white cardstock. You guys are going to love this once you see it in motion, because at the beginning I was like, oh, it's an interesting stamp set. I don't know if I would use that. But then I've seen other people playing with it and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. So the card base is going to be black, the black one, and it's going to be 14.9 centimeters. I'm going to chop it in half here, which gives me 2 cards from one A4 cardstock, and I'm going to score it at 10.5, and then that is my card base. So that's one card, and 10.5, score down the middle, fold it in half. So 2 cards. Why did I grab the white? So you can't see what you write on the inside, so I cut down 2 pieces that are 14.4 by 10 centimeters, and that'll be the inside of our card, like that. Put that aside. So that will go in there, and now you've got somewhere to write your message. Okay, this cardstock I'm going to do a little bit smaller. I'm going to do the blue foil at 14.2 by 9.8, and I'm going to do the is it Night of Navy blue, and that size is going to be 14.2, whoops, sorry, 14.2. Line that up. Now just be very careful. This foil does scratch. I found that the hard way when Grapefruit Grove was out. It's now discontinued, and the new colours have come in obviously with this one, but it was very pretty. So what was that one? 14.2 by 9.8. Yeah. 9.8. So that's my first layer for the top of the card. 9.8 is what I need. That's done. going to put that aside. And now I'm going to chop my top layer, and that's going to be 13.7. 13.7. I don't know what size I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use the darker side. I know I'm not going to get all of the blue, but that's okay. 5, 6, 7. Need to turn my light back around this way so I can see. I'm old. Yeah, perfect. 13.7 by 9.3. One, two, three. Okay, so that's going to go on top there, so it makes a really nice border. And then my next one, put this aside. So those scraps will go in the front of my pocket there. So the next one, 13.7 again. You can chop it around to where you want the pattern, but I'm just not going to be too fussy with where I put it. To 9.3. It's there. Okay, this one's going to look super good. Look at that. So we've got two cards using the same measurements, but they're looking really different. Okay, I'm just going to use my broom fold to fold that down. So that's all of the trimming that I have at the moment. That's good. So that's our card bases all done. Where's my... Did I put the... Put them together here. I thought I put it there. And just pop him on the inside. And... Sorry, Mum. I was moving it on the... I was just putting the white card on the inside of the card. Okay. Now, I'm just going to bring in my cut and emboss machine, and I'm going to use the dies, and I'm going to... I don't know what to use first. I don't know whether I should just do a nice plain card, simple stamping, or whether I should step it up. I think I might do this one here, simple stamping. I'll just move him out of the way for the moment. And I'll do a nice card here. So that will go over that. I think I'll put that one there. So I'll stamp him. He's all brand new, so I'll have to... I do like this sentiment. Okay, now I just need my block. I was crafting earlier this morning, and if only you could see the rest of my desk. I'm going to, just for today and this video, just use it straight as it is. Normally I'd like to put my adhesive sheet on, so that way it will stick and I can actually see what's written there. And I'm going to stamp on. Okay, this is some of my spare card, and we'll grab, I'm just going to do the simple memento black ink and stamping on. Okay, so that's got a nice black ink there, straight down and then lift up. So I got a little bit excited. Let's do that one again. Okay, press, lift straight back up. Excellent. Now, I bought myself a new chamois and it was beautiful, and then I dirtied it today. It's so painful when you've got something brand new and it looks so good, and it cleans very well. And then we pop that one. Actually, I'm going to leave that there because I'm going to use that for my next card as well. Now with the Stampin' Emboss, we have our different pieces here. I've just stored them in the plastic still just to keep it all together. So the sandwich that you will need is plate 1, plate 2, plate 3, and then you put down the cardstock that you would like to cut, and then you place that on like that. Now if you're worried about it moving when you put it through the machine, you can have a little bit of washi tape, and this washi tape will hold it there for you. So I'm just going to make that straight because I stamped it crooked, so I've just got to straighten that there. Let's put a bit of washi tape here. Just find the end. Okay. The third plate goes on top just like that. The Stampin' Emboss machine is very storage friendly. His little rollers can fold up, which is really good for space storage. And then you pop him in here. So going through here, and then you just turn the handle. You will hear clicking, but that is normal. It doesn't sound good, but it is fine. It's what you want to hear. Okay, lift him up. And then I'm just going to place that on the edge there. Just take off the washi tape. Whoa, I was a little bit too close to the edge, but that's okay. We can, there's a little bit scratched. That's okay. I'll know for next time. Okay, let's move him out of the way. Put him around the plate 2. I store my dies inside the stamps cases on a magnet sheet. I just haven't done that just yet. Okay, now do we want a landscape card? Yes, I think we'll do landscape because it looks like the water's going to come in this way. So let's have a look. We'll put some glue. If you wanted to save some paper, you can cut out a rectangle or other shapes as well. You could do the wave die in that and then cover it over. So let's glue him down. I'm thinking, sorry, you can see me thinking of what I'm going to do. Is this just straight from there? So you just squeeze some glue onto the back. I like using the multi-purpose glues. It gives you a few seconds to adhere and to make sure it's straight, because I can never get anything straight. So let's pop him on like that. There we go. And then just pop him on the which way I want to put it. I think I'll go that way and this way. Let's go this way. Some glue. It's done. Lined up. Perfect. One card done. And then we'll stick him down. I think I might put a little bit of dimension on the card. Looks good. I'll grab some dimensionals. It's had a fun afternoon. The hours went very quickly. But I can't wait for dinner tonight and a sit down. I've peopled a lot. Alright, let's get this one here. I think I'm gonna... Should I put it in the center? I think I might just pop him in here. Just like that. And that's straight up a nice simple card. It doesn't have to be big and wow all of the time. Sometimes simple is enough. Here we go. That's one card. Let's have a look at this second one. Now this one I want to go out just a little bit. A little bit all out. I'm going to pop this on here. And I think I might put dimensionals on this one. So I'm going to stick him down. Stick him down to the blue cardstock. Make sure it's all nicely lined up. Like that. And then that will just glue on. And then we'll put some dimensionals on. And I was just thinking I'm going to put some bling on this card. It's a little bit too simple for me. I mean, it looks great like that. How many dimensionals do you use on your cards? I use heaps. Enough so it doesn't sag in the middle and at the edges. I mean, you could use more. You could put, you know, 6 more if you wanted to. Just making sure I just grab all of these off. Yeah, wonderful. So that's going to give me a little bit of dimension there. And I'm going to grab some bling and I'm just going to pop some really pretty blues through here. So I'm going to put one there. I'll go small here and I'll just pop in here and a really tiny one, maybe just there. That just, yeah, that's finished the card off nicely. Right, back to this card. I'm happy with that one now. So we can have a look at the different ways that we can make this card. We can stamp it or we can die cut it. Now I'm going to stamp it and I'm going to see how this works because I haven't seen this stamp set like myself. I've been looking at other people create things, but it's always nice to explore something that's new, you know, straight up. So that fits in nicely there. Hi, Millie. And then leave my big block. Just wait, Millie, don't touch anything there, please. Okay, so this block here that I'm using is size E, and that will fit on that there beautifully. Now you could use Versamark for your stamp and then put down some heat and emboss powder and then heat it up, which I think would be nice, but I'm just going to ink it up with Pacific Point and we'll just see how the wave looks. So actually, because that's so big, I'm going to bring the ink down to the stamp and we will see how that works out. Just make sure everything is inked. I think it's all inked. I'll just do a quick. Yeah, looks good. Okay. Let's press on that so all of the ink goes onto that. Okay, so that's the wave. That's quite pretty. Now where's my chamois so I can clean my stamp? I like that. I guess you could offset it a little bit too and stamp again with a different colour. Like maybe a turquoisey colour so it fills in some of the white. But I'm going to, I wonder. I'm gonna have to move some of my stuff aside so I can get the emboss machine back in, because I'm going to see if the die cut cuts that stamp out. So I'm just moving everything over to this side, sorry. I'm popping back in. And my plates. Making sure that all of my there's no paper on my plates. Let's have a look here. Can you see that? No. So I'll try and cut it this way so that way you guys can see what's going on. Okay, now let's have a look. I'll just see what die cuts out what and we'll line it up. Hi Mackenzie, are you still on? Is still Mum watching? Hi Mum. Oh dear, this one's finding it tough. This is why I like to keep it on a magnetic sheet, because I struggle. Now let's just have a look to see. Okay, so that will sit there. So what's this one? Oh, that's quite sharp. I'll have to get something to... Is it the same? No, it's an it is definitely an overlay. So maybe... That's interesting. How... Alright, let's do this. Let's just pop that there. I'll washi tape it down. Put my plate down over the top and wind him through. Oops. Oops. That went through. It's cut out my wave. What have we got here? Oh wow, okay. So, oh, it's a very fiddly wave. I should have put some adhesive sheet on this. That's what I would recommend. Some adhesive sheet on the wave. Okay. Okay. All right. And then I guess we cut out the next one. Maybe I could do some of the blue. I might actually not put anything on my second card. I might put all of that paper dust. Let's take the washi tape off. Okay, I'm just going to do a different colour and a different die cut. So I'm going to use the second die cut. And I'm going to use this blue over the top. Or do you think I should go silver? I might go silver. Oh no, I'll just use the blue. Use what's cut. Use the blue. Actually, I've just had another idea. I think it's going to look better. Put that on top. Let's grab my emboss again. Roll him through. And I didn't get the self-adhesive sheet. But that's okay. I've got my glue. And look at this. So this is going to give the wave a little bit of shine. Oh, look at that. If only you could see that in person, like, can you see how good that looks? I may not even glue it all the way down. I could just leave it like that. That's awesome. Could even stick it and then fussy cut round and then pop him on to give it some sort of definition. Which I could do that. I might stamp it in a turquoise colour. Just put this all aside. And I'm going to grab my Bermuda Bay and I'm going to stamp that again. And then I'm going to stick those pieces on top of my stamp. So I'm just going to stamp that. Push down, lift up. Oh, nice. I'm actually starting to like this. This sweet was, I questioned it and I questioned it and I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm I'm going to buy it and I'm going to have a look at it. Okay, so I'll wash that in a second. If you had the adhesive sheet, you would just peel it off and stick it down. It would make life a lot easier. But I didn't. I've got inky fingers already. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. So you could do it like that, or you could get your adhesive sheet, which I have here, and a sponge. And what you do is this adhesive sheet, it's called a silicone craft sheet, and you can put your fine cuts on like this, like here. I've got to make sure that you're in the view, and you can put some glue here, and you just dab it on. So then it goes, yes, you're getting glue on your mat, and then you'll be able to stick that down. So I'm going to put that one on first. I mean, you could even do that one silver if you wanted more detail in your stamp. And now I'm going to pop him on this side because I don't want to get glue on the foil. Just pop a little bit more glue here. Get the sponge and just dab where you need the glue. I probably will end up still getting glue on the foil. I'm a messy crafter. Yeah, totally did. And then I'm just going to pop that on the edge. See, if I had the silver, you'd be able to see all of the detail on the other side. Now, just pushing that down. There's still not quite enough glue on this bit, so I'm just going to squeeze a little bit. There, just to hold him down. There we go. That's done. That's stunning. So then with that, you just get a baby wipe and wipe all of that adhesive off, which I will do in a minute. I'm just going to cut this out. So now I've got my paper snips, one for paper and I have one for ribbon. And that way you'll know that your scissors will be sharp. I'm not a fan of fussy cutting, but we will do our best. The video's getting quite long. Let's cut him out. What I thought was, you know, you could do this same thing, like a second one of these, and you can put one on this side and then one on the other side. So then if you stick this on with your dimensionals, which I have covered over with everything here. I love showing you my aftermath crafting photos after I do these lives. It's like an explosion on my desk. And then I'll just put one in the middle. I love this paper. I'm always a paper fan. I'm going to pop him. See, it's probably a little bit too much contrast, but we will work with it. And then I'm also going to stamp, no I won't, I will grab another bit of card, and I'm going to stamp, maybe I could use that bit rather than another big bit. Where's my black memento? Almost done, guys. And then I hope you all have a great Saturday night and a sleep in tomorrow. I'm hoping for a sleep in tomorrow. It will be nice if we could. And the kids went, yep, we're gonna sleep. Okay. Ink back on. Just find my die cut that I was using. So I'm just cleaning off the excess paper off my plates. Okay, let's grab this one again. Put in here. Yeah. Line him up. And you just grab. I don't know if there is ever such a thing as. See, I've done it too close to the edge again. It's okay. No stress. Just a bit of tape to hold in place. Wonderful. Let's bring in the emboss machine. Move our cards away. So number 1, 2, and then the third plate, then your paper and your die, and number 3 on top. Pop the sandwich through. You'll hear a clicking. I'm so used to the big shot and having to roll it back through. You don't have to do that with the cut and emboss machine. One roll through and it is done, which I like. It makes it quick. Okay, done. Let's pop that aside. Pop him here. I'm going to, I think I might hide. No. I'm going to pop him. Where am I going to pop that? Over the top of the wave, top corner. I don't know. And then my, where did I put them? I just had them. Here they are. I'm going to raise it up with dimensionals. I'm going to just pop that there, like that. And that's our second card. You can put some bling on if you would like. I might just put 1 or 2. Just one. I just might put another one on the other side just to balance it. Maybe 1 here. Got to go 3. Oops. Ah, it's sticking to me. There. Done. There we go. There's 2 cards made with our brand new Waves of the Ocean suite. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a great night.